And shalom, shalom, shalom. Welcome to another True Disciples of Christ Tuesday night Torah Bible study. First of all, giving all praises to the power of our forefathers, the Alahim of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. His proper name is Yahweh. All praises due to Yahweh, why Yahweh Shah. And so, I don't know if you guys have actually observed like I have. You look in the room, there's 14 thumbs down before we even 15 actually 15 thumbs down before one single word is spoken. So let's just let me just show you where the spirit of these people are, right? So real quick, Yashabin, get the book of Proverbs and we're going to show you exactly where these people are. I mean, this is to just answer a thing before you even hear it, it really shows who you are, where you are, and there's no denying it. So Proverbs, the 18th chapter, verse 13. Book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 13. This is to all of you that gave a thumbs. Not that it really matters, because it still takes your energy to even give a thumbs down. Our point here is for the message to go out. You can give 1,000 thumbs down. It's not going to affect me one way or another, but it's a clear depiction of who you really are. And so you probably should just repent or just go and throw yourself in the river or something, because your life is useless. You're a loser and you have nothing better to do but to sit around and wait until TDOC or the true disciples of Christ come on and to give a thumbs down and you get your pleasure in for the day. That shows you how much of a big friggin' loser you are. But the other thing I want you to think about is these so-called members of the true disciples of Christ and the anti-police brutality commandos, right? So being, 42 people, we should automatically have 42 thumbs up. So that says a lot about those people also. I want you guys to pay attention to what I'm saying. We really got to start to question the people around us and really start to eliminate people. What are their performance here? If their performance around us is not meaningful, they got to go. And so, to you brothers is, with those shirts, the people that haven't been attending the meeting, they get no shirt. People that's been coming late, they get no shirt. They cannot represent me, man. They get no shirt. They're not worthy of one. The ones that cannot make it out to the training, they get no shirt because they're not worthy. So go ahead with that precept, Yashabin.
Book of Martial Arts, chapter 18, verse 13. He who answers a matter before he hears it, it is folly and shame to him.
It is folly and shame to every single one of you that gave a thumbs down before you even heard the matter. Now, what often happens, I guess their spirit be so vexed that by the end of the video, some of them will go back and take the thumbs down away. See, that's a double-minded person. But it's just showing your folly and shame. And, we already know you really don't believe in the Most High. This is why you're behaving like you do when you're, carrying out certain acts that you're carrying out, because you really don't believe in the Most High, man. This is why you behave like you do, and, the things that you're doing is just unacceptable. And the things that a lot of people in this so-called, true disciples of Christ and the anti-police brutality commandos, you guys don't want to be a part of this, just leave. We're better off without you. Just leave. If you're a slugger, if you're a slacker, if you're always showing up late, we don't need you. I'm a prompt individual, man. And if I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it. And so I anticipate that same thing from others. People that slackers, they're always late. They always have an excuse. Anyone could create an excuse. That's the easy thing to do. But it requires sacrifice. It requires devotion to be on time and get certain things accomplished. Like this dude, you see that email that I carbon copy you in? You and Morgan and I think Israel, this guy talking about he can't be no, you can't just pop up like that. You can't pop up when you want to. You see what I'm saying? He just want to pop up when it's convenient for him. He's working on some things. Well, you go over there and you work on those things. So I want to say this to anyone that's actually considered joining the true disciples of Christ and the anti-police brutality commandos. If you've joined and you just don't have time, and it's expressed by your actions, right, or your lack thereof, then you may as well go, because we're going to kick you out. You're useless. You're a slugger, and you're always going to be that loser that you are. And if you want to know why you're in the place that you are in life right now, why you're struggling, is because it's who you are. And we trying to teach you to change that, but you're refusing to change it. This is why you're doing the same thing overhead. We can't tolerate that, man. This is no place for losers. This is a special type of individuals that need to be overhead. Anyone else got anything you want to bring out before we go into this lesson? Go ahead and do so now.
Yeah, I was just gonna just go ahead and say to everybody, but this is specifically for those that are already a part of True Disciples of Christ and anti-police brutality commandos. We need folks to bring stuff to the table. You know what I'm saying? Bringing ideas, boots on the ground, bringing something forward, not just to really sit around and be told like every single little thing, like what I'm saying, like what to do. And then when there's a problem, we need folks to take initiative to provide a solution and to take hold of that problem. You know what I mean? Case in point, we got a brother that's acting wickedly by the name of Chris Beard. Came up with a BS excuse about me always reading and him not being able to read, which is a bold-faced lie. But the reason why I bring that up, I really do as much as I possibly can do. You see what I'm saying? So I get in where I fit in. If I see something, I'll go ahead and I'll take initiative and I'll volunteer and try to take care of that, despite what I got going on, around me. And if I can't, then I'll do my best to communicate appropriately. You see what I'm saying? It really shouldn't have to fall on like 2 or 3 people to get things done or to head up a project or a goal. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to go ahead and throw that out there. Whatever it is, I mean, folks need to step forward, step up, not just to come be a part, attend, and and just like be there like a bump on a log. We need folks to take care of business. Folks can look for a bulk deal on pants, boot, keeping an eye out for land, passing this information on to other brothers and sisters, so that way we'll bring more folks up to the fold, and stuff like that. Because if anyone that's already a part is not active, it just shows that you're looking to see what you can get out of it versus you bringing something to the table and us building together. And that's really what it's about. But that's pretty much all I wanted to bring up. So all those who are like what they see and want to be a part, it's not about what you can get, it's about what you can give. And when you add it, you know what I'm saying? That's where the real creation comes. It's for the upbuilding of our nation. It's not for you to be seen or none of that.
Con, shalom, brothers and sisters. I just want to lend me back off of Yashabim and Tazadak. We got to apply more effort and show that we really about what we speak about. And if you can't make certain meetings, man, it's a simple text, simple call to your brothers, to your sisters or whatever. But if you're really serious about the Most High and plans you need to be, on all these lives, on the Sabbath lessons, the Bible study lessons like tonight, and you really about that commando anti-police brutality unit, you need to be in the meetings and be exercising and training, man. You know what I'm saying? This ain't, a play out here. So I don't know if y'all see what's going on in the world, but the prophecies is coming alive. And so I just want to land off that, and let's get the show started. It's gonna be a great lesson tonight.
Hey, if no one else got anything, let me bring up one more thing. I want to
You
put
got
something
anything,
on.
Will? Hold on. Let's check with him, man. You got anything, Israel? Will?
No, Salakia, I fell out, but yeah, we're serious over here. I see that, and I'm the youngest in the group, and everyone is serious about this. So if you really planning on joining or you have joined, be serious about it. Every move you make, just be serious. Don't take, if you can't do it full 100%, then just don't do it. That's all I really had to say.
Con. I was going to say the same thing Will said. If you can't be a part of this, if you can't dedicate your time, if you can't make sacrifices, just sign out so we can keep it moving forward. You know.
Yeah,
Come
we're gonna, we're gonna kick you out if you don't, man. And if you got some wickedness on you, man, we're gonna find it out, man. Most High's gonna
on.
bring it out. Go ahead, Yashabin.
Actually, Most High done work that thing out. They said it. I was gonna say if you can't, just don't, because everybody has lives. You can't make the sacrifices, but they just said it. So nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you know. I just want to say this. I'll do it in private. I don't want to call them out right here, man. But you guys that just keep popping up and think it's a joke, you think anything's sweet, you can be out of here. So ultimately, what the true disciples of Christ is about in the anti-police brutality commandos is not just about going out defending ourselves. It's about securing some land. We need men that know how to till the ground. We need people that know how to. I'm a vegan, but we need people that know how to raise livestock. We need people that perhaps have their own trucks. People that know how to do gardening, pull up greenhouses, because we intend to get our own land and expand on this. We don't want to be like these other One West, and I keep saying this because I use them as a catalyst. All of these years, and these guys have nothing. Individually, they might have a little few things because they profit off of their people, but their people got nothing out of it. So the only thing they do is stand on the corner and call Esau the devil, and with that same Christian spirit, and then say wait on Hamashiach. And these Negroes still going to be waiting while we're growing, but we can't grow with bad apples. There's a couple rotten apples, and they're going to spoil many more people. And we've seen them falling. They're coming in, but they fall out, and they spoil a few other people, like that guy Chris Beard. Like this demon Kimberly. I'm gonna keep banging on her. I just want to give people, everyone on the call, an update on that woman Kimberly. I pulled a video from this channel, but it's on the other channels. She has the audacity now to. She's back in the wall. Hair not covered anymore, not wearing, skirts or anything like that. She's back in the wall. So she's done with that. So that means her ass is condemned. She's condemned. She's condemned because she's turned her back on the Most High. Scriptures say, "Don't turn your back from the plow." You can't turn away from the Most High. Keep coming back and going in. She's wickedness, man. She's living in lust.
Man, no, saying, man, she just mad because she got caught. You know what I'm saying? She's embarrassed. But we're not the judge. I mean, like, we're judges, but we don't get a judgment. The Most High gives that. So, that shows she was never serious about being an Israelite, never serious about keeping the law and commandment. All she wanted was a man. And all she was going to do was, if Chris Beard shot his seed up in her and he married her or whatever, she was going to be out there back in the world anyway, being a hoe that she was born to be, that she was going to be anyway. You know what I'm saying? She was never serious about this truth. And it's a lot of women in Israel just like that. That's all I got to say right now.
Come. And we got 18 thumbs down now, and we haven't even mentioned anything about anyone. But hey, that's what it is, man. I mean, and I'll be glad when the Hamashiach come back to judge these nations. So yeah, if that's it, Yashabin, we could start off with Galatians 5:14. So tonight, I just wanted to bring up these divine quarrels about the earth being flat or the earth being spherical, a sphere, in other words. So this is TDOC Tuesday night Bible study, and the first thing I want to say before we go into this topic, debating whether or not the earth is flat or round will not get you into the kingdom. Our people focus on the wrong things. You focus on the wrong things. You waste a lot of energy on whether the earth is flat or sphere. The Most High don't really care whether or not you understand his creation from that perspective. What he's concerned about is you keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. But it's clear in the scriptures that the earth is a sphere. And, we just hope the only thing we could do is share the knowledge that we have about this. We don't want to debate about it. We just want the truth out there for the people that may be in doubt. But this topic right here, it shouldn't be discussed. Even like that whole lunar Shabbat thing that they came up with. That's all new. Now, the flat earth theory, that's not new. That you're taking us way back to medieval times. You're taking us back to times prior to people being able to have pictures and so on and so forth. And so to justify your flat earth theory, you said that the people never went in outer space. And I think even I don't recall names. A lot of people say that, right? People never the pictures were all made up. Yet you'll turn around and you'll say they have satellites that's looking down on us. Explain Google Earth. So let's start with the book of Galatians 5, verse 14 through 16. Let's let Will get it, man. We got to get the new Akim broken in, because when you read these precepts, you're learning them at the same time you're reading them. So that's why I've been trying to get these brothers on here a little more. And you're learning to explore through the Bible also. Book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 14. Are you there, Will?
Con, chapter 5, verse 14. Right here. Con. Galatians chapter 5, verse 14. For the entire Torah is completed in one word.
So the entire law is essentially completed in one word. Go ahead, read on.
Con. In this, you will love your neighbor as yourself.
Okay, love your neighbor as yourself. So all these meaningless debates, especially when they don't look the guy in the room, you truthfully so, Ryan, you don't belong here anyways. If you want to go into that topic, the nations, we're not concerned. Let me tell you something, man. I'm not concerned about the nations, man. I'm gonna tell you straight. I'm just concerned about my people, right? The nations are gonna hate anyways. We're not concerned about the perspective of the nations. And when I say the nations, I mean all of the nations that's not of the Israelite nations. And if you're coming from Hernan Cortez's people, if you're coming from Christopher Columbus peoples and all these other Spanish conquerors, you're not of our nation. Your phenotype and everything don't match ours. So you could stop with the foolishness. We don't have time for this anymore. We already put the truth out there that the nations are not our people. So we're not concerned about your opinion. I don't give a damn what you think. You understand?
Conquistadors.
We don't conquistadors. You're conquistadors. We don't give a damn what you think. We know you really don't care about us. We know that you call us manates and all kind of derogatory names behind our backs. So we know that you're not our people, and it's not up for debate on this platform anymore because we brought the truth out several times over here. So frankly, I don't give a damn what you think. You understand? So you don't have to beg to differ. You are different. We're dissident from you. You're not our people. Now you can like that, understand it, believe it or not, but these are facts. This right here, when you see the true disciples of Christ come on here, we're only coming on here for our people, man. We're only coming on here for the nation of Yasha Allah,
Con.
who happen to be of a so-called Negroid descent. If you're not of a so-called Negroid descent, you're not of Yasha, Yasha Allah. Now, I don't care what you're trying to make up. I mean, come on, think about it, man. Your people don't even date back to biblical times. If you're calling yourself any sort of so-called person from Central or South America of a Hispanic or Latino descent, you're not even ancient. You understand? So the first thing you need to do is to deal with antiquity. And when you try to deal with antiquity, that's going to cut you out of the book right there. So hybrids, you're not our people unless you are of a Negro father's descent. Now let's get back to the subject matter at hand. Because, I mean, we don't have time for no foolishness and nonsense, man. You could beg to differ. That's your spirit. You guys' spirit is off as hell anyways. You got the same spirit as Esau. This is why you was attacking our people in places like Chicago, New York, and other places, man. You got that same spirit. That's your people. And it's not our fault that he discriminated against you because you are his descendants. And I see that same spirit in you, man. I see that same spirit in you people, man. So go ahead, brother. Let's read on, man. And if you don't like it, hey, man, leave the channel, man. Bottom line. I'm not here to be liked. I'm here to tell the truth, man. And you should know the truth, and the truth shall make you mad. Stop lying to yourself, man. You guys know you ain't no damn Israelites. Nine of the damn tribes just wax pale. And here just straighten out. You can miss me with that madness, man. You can miss me with that. You look at our phenotype and their phenotype, it don't match, man. So what? Some of them are in the damn ghetto. What the hell's that got to do with anything? See, those are our people that want you over here. But we're the real Israelites over here, and we're going to tell the truth, man. We're going to tell the truth, man. Your phenotype don't match ours, man. You're closer to Esau.
And they know that.
They know that.
They know that.
Whenever the Most High is speaking of Hamashiach or himself in the scriptures, it's always woolly hair. And if you look at any kind of most of the animals in the animal kingdom that's wild and savage, they have straight hair. Just like most of these nations. You understand what I'm saying? They have straight hair. So we look different for a reason. Because it was us that was made in the image and likeness of the Creator. That's not discriminatory.
That's what they hate.
That's what they hate. That's why all of the nations don't like us, man. But there's a new thing in the earth today, man. Our people are waking up, man. And the Most High is raising up a small faction of us to wake more of them up to block out people like you. You understand? The lies are going to be erased, man. Thy kingdom is coming, and thy will is going to be done. Go ahead, Brother Will.
Verse 15. And if you bite and devour one another, beware, lest you be consumed by one another.
Come on. So, I mean, this is talking to Israel. When Mashiach spoke, he only spoke to Israel. Some of the nations might have came and stood around in the background. Matthew 15 and 24 said he only came to his people. He said, I was only sent to the nation of Israel. He was only talking to Israel. So-called Negro people, man. A special people. So today, we're seeing divine quarrels. Like this guy on here, man. This guy, Ryan, he begged to differ. Well, go over there with someone that you agree with. Well, why are you listening to us if you don't agree with us? You see what I'm saying? Someone give me the book of Amos, chapter 3. Can two walk together except they agree? You can't walk with us then, man. See you, and I wouldn't want to be you. Someone give me the book of Amos, chapter 3. I believe it is verse 2, man. It's taking me off subject for a minute, but gotta put him
daddy
in
ain't Esau. He said his daddy ain't Esau. Is your daddy a Negro? I don't give a
damn who his daddy is. Esau don't have to be his daddy. If his dad is a so-called Hispanic man, his dad is Esau because he's a descendant of him, unless you could trace it back to a Negro descent. So you're not talking to one of those Israelites that's going to cater to you, man. I'm not here to cater to you, man. You got this spirit. Get the book of Amos,
You
3
got it.
verse 2.
I got it. The book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 2. You alone have I known of all the clans of the earth.
Who's he talking to? He's talking to the nation of Israel. You can read that in verse 1 that he's only talking to the Israelites. Read on.
Therefore, I punish you for all your crookedness.
So this is why you nations don't like us, because we're being chastised. We're being punished for not listening to the words of the Most High, thy power. Read on.
Would two walk together without having met?
Right. So can two people walk together except they agree? No, we can't. This is why we can't walk with these nations. This is why this guy say, well, I beg to differ. Yeah, you beg to differ because you're not of this flock. Hamashiach said, my sheep hear my voice. How you going to say that you're Israelite and you can't go in the Bible and read and understand that the earth is called the sphere? That is a sphere and it's not flat. You talking about you taking us back to your Caucasus Mountains medieval days, man, when they thought that earth was flat and square.
It's 9 o'clock.
All right, so today, man, we'll see in divine quarrels about the earth being flat or spherical. It's been going on. They started it back since the 90s. People on the internet picked it up again back in the 90s. And they're doubting that the earth is a sphere. Like this guy right here, man. We're going to use him as a catalyst. Or that it orbits the sun. They also say the earth doesn't orbit the sun, right? They claim the moon landings were fake. And I guarantee that's what this guy believes, this guy Ryan, that the landing on the moons was fake, as well as the pictures of the earth that was taken by satellites. Yet, they'll tell you how Big Brother is always watching us from a satellite. A little bit contradicting. Let's get the book of Obadiah and let's see if men were supposed to go up to the stars. They say they believe in the Bible, right? Is that it? Let's see what the Most High had to say about this. Let's see if men were supposed to be up on the stars and so on and so forth. Let's get Obadiah chapter 1, verse 4.
God.
Someone want to get that?
Chapter 1, verse 4.
Come on.
I got it. Obadiah, chapter 1, book 1, verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle.
Stop for a second. Stop for a second. When you look at the so-called white man's history, just about all of them equated themselves to the eagle. To the eagle. Many of them use that eagle as their symbol. So when Neil Armstrong, the first so-called man that they alleged that landed on the moon in America, landed, they said the eagle has landed. The flat earthers tell you that was made up, that it wasn't real, that it was all made up. Okay, well, then what you're saying is the Bible's a liar then. You're saying the Most High is a liar. That's basically what you're saying. So the Most High put this in the Bible for a reason. Understand that. It says, though thou exalt thyself as an eagle. The eagle is the highest flying bird. That's symbolic to them going up very, very high. Okay, read on.
And though thou set thy nest among the stars.
Though thou sit thy nest amongst the stars. Though thou sit thy satellites amongst the stars. Though thou sit space stations amongst the stars. Oh, so it is in the Bible. Read on.
I will bring down thee, saith Yahweh.
So the Most High say he's going to bring it down. So the flat earthers will deny this. Why is this in the Bible? Now you can't believe in the Most High and go against this also. Why did the Most High put this in the Bible? How are they going to get out of this one? See, they don't even believe eyewitness accounts because they have been told that no one can leave this atmosphere due to radiation. That's what most of them believe. It's true. The earth seems flat from our perspective, right? So this make people believe, like this guy Ryan, that all photos of the planet from space is fake. That's what they say. See, that's the only way they could justify their theories. Now, understand that theory is something that hasn't been proven. So even if we assume, right, that there is a conspiracy, there is absolutely nothing offered as a possible motive for making everyone believe the earth is a sphere. It is an argument, nothing more. It is just an argument relative to the earth, right? Me, you, all of us, we are less than the size of a bacteria in giant stadium. We're like a bacteria in giant stadium compared to the earth. So our local observation is no proof of any kind. You understand what I'm saying? These flat earth people are reverting in their belief way back to medieval times. And they're not trusting in the photographic evidence. They said it's made up. Let's go back to the scriptures. Let's go to Yeshaya, Isaiah chapter 40, verse 22 through 23. If you understand a little bit of Hebrew, you will understand that he's saying right here in the Bible that the earth is a sphere. Book of Isaiah, chapter 40, verse 22 through 23. This is referring to the roundness to the earth by using the Hebrew word chag, meaning sphere, circle.
Book of Yeshaya, chapter 40, verse 22. It is he who sits above the circle of the earth.
Sits above the circle of the earth. The circle of the earth. Why is he saying the circle of the earth? Because it's saying right here in the scriptures, when you read it in the Hebrew, that the earth is a circle, not square. You know what they'll turn around and say? Zara, that it's a flat circle. That's how damn dumb these people are. They'll say it's a flat circle. That it's a disc.
A coin.
Wow. Okay, read on.
And its inhabitants are like grasshoppers, who stretches out the Shemayim like a curtain and spreads them out like a tent to dwell in.
Come on. So let's read the next verse.
Verse 23. Who brings princes to naught will make the rulers of the earth as emptiness.
Come on. So the word chag, it can mean spear, it can mean ball, it can mean roundness, it can mean circle or globe. Now, the fact that it can mean ball or globe, it throws out that damn theory about it being a flat disc, like the flat earthers try to throw in there. So the Hebrew word is synonymous for the word dar. Go and check it out for yourself. See, this is denied by those who insist that there is a conspiracy to make us believe that the earth is a sphere. A synonym is a word that has the same or similar meaning to other words. To those of you that may have forgotten, but they taught you what synonym was, such as happy, joy, or elated. You understand? So many thousands of satellites orbit our planet, making communications with any remote location possible. They detect the ultimate conundrum for the flat earthers. The celestial sphere contradicts the theory. Let's take the stars, for instance. The stars we see in the southern hemisphere are not the same stars that they see in the northern hemisphere. The speed we're moving at in our car, they are an orbit distance and speed to maintain their positions. They don't fall because they orbit matches the rotations of the earth. See, some don't believe that the earth is rotating. And the movement of the stars around the north and the south pole stars is due to the stars or moving around the earth. That's what they say. However, they seem to rotate on two celestial points in ever larger circles. The further they are from the equator is a mystery. But until one realizes it is not the stars that's moving like these flat earthers believe, but it's the earth that's turning on this axis. See, that would indicate the earth is a ball. So it has been denied by these flat earthers. The northern star rotates in the opposite direction from the southern star. Did you know that? See, that's a mystery for flat earthers. Tell Ryan Ginsburg to explain that. Ask them, why does the northern star rotates in an opposite direction as the southern stars? Anyone remember that Edomite Galileo they taught you about, and Berlimine? Any of you remember that guy?
Con, I remember the name.
Yep.
Galileo.
Yeah, Galileo.
Yeah.
Con.
Did you know that the Inquisitions arrested Galileo for proving the Copernic theory that the Earth orbits the sun? Do you know he was arrested for that? Proving that the Earth orbits the sun? So today, this idea is actually being questioned again, as well as the idea of the Earth being a sphere. Many are blaming NASA for a great conspiratorial agenda. But no one knows what there is to be gained by believing in a sphere or flat. Does it really matter in the end? Doesn't really matter. Why get caught up into the debate? This guy Ryan, you see how they jump on this? But I bet they don't know scriptures. I bet they don't focus on keeping the laws like this. See, they would take on a debate like this, something that won't get you salvation. It's knowing whether the earth is round or flat going to get you salvation. Will? It has nothing to do with salvation. Nothing whatsoever.
Nope.
See, people, this is what you got to understand, man. I don't condemn anyone for thinking the earth is flat. Well, if they think it's round, if they think it's cubical, or its relation to the sun and the moon, because people comprehend things in the best way that they can. It may not be their fault that they can't comprehend, right? There was a Greek inventor. He was a mathematician, a physics. He was an engineer like the boy genius William, and an astronomer. He was born on the island of Sicily in 287 BC. He designed a compound pulley to transfer great weight with ease, and screws pump for irrigation. So he used parabolic shaped mirrors and the sun to burn enemy ships coming to attack his city. He was a man that was known for the golden gun. See, many of this man's insight waited for the Renaissance, which is the rebirth, which actually began around the 14th century. He saw the Earth's shadow was an arc shape on the moon. And then he calculated the Earth's correct diameter and distance from it. So people no longer recall how ships would appear on the horizon of the ocean as they approached the land. From the shore, they would see just a tiny top of the mast. And as the ship grew closer, more of the ship came into view. Now, if the Earth was flat, the ship would appear to be complete. It would be a complete object, a small version of itself. See, this has actually been demonstrated for centuries as people would wait for ships to come in, just like someone waiting on the damn bus or the Third Avenue bus in New York City. You understand? So our goal here is not to ridicule their viewpoints, but to show ours, knowing there are different ideas that seem just as valid as others. See, we all have flaws. We all have limitations. We all have misinterpretations. We are not all on the same page. But Hamashiach Yahweh Shah loves the true believers. Everyone cannot be an Einstein. Everyone cannot be a Galileo or whatever. Some people are gifted with special relations abilities. Some are not. See, our standing before Hamashiach Yahweh Shah is what's important, man. That should be what's important. His love overwhelms this trivial wisdom we may think that we possess. People love to argue, man. See, he shares his thoughts with us in order for us to conquer with love, not with knowledge. Scripture said the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High. We must fail to allow the enemy to divide us any longer. Not because we perceive something to be flat or a spear. Let's get the book of Titus, chapter 3, verse 10. Book of Titus, chapter 3, verse 10. Because this is not going to get us into the kingdom, man. Whether the earth is flat, a spear, it's not going to get us into the kingdom. Someone going to get that precept?
Book
Book of
of Titus 3 and 10. Book of Titus 3 and 10. A man that is an heretic after the first and the second abandonment of Salakia. And I don't know how to say the word, Khan. I'm just
Yes, a heretic. A heretic. Yeah,
no, not that.
Right.
It's not heretic. It's a man that is an heretic after the contentions, after the first and second abomination reject. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I don't have my book on me, but
Can one of the brothers catch that for me, please?
Mine, Book of Titus, chapter 3, verse 10. Reject a divisive man after the first and second warning. That's what mine says.
Right. So basically, Titus 3 and 10 is saying if people are causing divisions, like debating over flat earth and debating over other meaningless things, it says if people are causing division among you, give a first and second warning, and after that, have nothing more to do with them. That's basically what that precept is saying. You give them 2 warnings, and after that, don't have anything else to do with them. That's what it's saying. We're not supposed to be arguing over foolish questions. In other words, from there, let's get 2 Timothy's 2 and 23. 2 Timothy's 2 and 23.
The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 23. But refuse foolish and stupid questions, knowing that they breed quarrels.
Right. So the whole flat earth foolish questions, it breeds quarrels. Is it going to get you into the kingdom? Is it going to get you into Shemayim? No. No. Doing what the scriptures say does. That's why the scriptures don't focus on it a lot. Let's go back to the book of Titus, the 3rd chapter. Start reading at verse 9. We're going to read from 9 to 11. So you got to avoid these foolish questions. And when they want to come in, as you see this dude, yeah, I beg to differ. Ready to debate, man. That's that spirit in the nation. Jump right on it. Ready to debate. No. Your way, and to me mine.
Cool.
We only come out here for the nation of Yasha Allah. That's it.
Said start at chapter 9. I mean verse 9.
Come.
Book of Titus, chapter 3, verse 9 through 12. But keep away from foolish questions and genealogies and strife and quarrels about the Torah.
Stop for a second. So if someone looks like an Israelite and someone trying to say he's an Hamite, we're not to debate with that man. Now, if someone looks like a Edomite or a Spanish, then we're to say, who's your father? But if he looks like a Hamite, or he look like us, the scriptures say to avoid foolish questions and genealogy. You see what I'm saying? And contention. Contention means argument, something causing strife. Okay, read on.
For they are unprofitable and useless.
Yeah, they're useless. Okay.
Verse 10. Reject a divisive man after the first and second warning, knowing that such a one has been perverted and sins, being self-condemned.
Come on. Yeah, so we can stop right there. He's self-condemned by his actions, by the things that he's doing. You see what I'm saying? By the things that he's doing, he's self-condemned. So the time has arrived when this specious irrelevancy is equated with vital truth. So these irrelevant things, they want you to debate about these things like they're as important as a vital truth, but they're not.
God.
The only conclusion is this. Let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13 through 14. This is the conclusion of all of it. We're going to be debating about these frivolous things, but that's their spirit. That's where they at. That's where they're at in life. They're trying to distract you from concentrating on what's important.
The book of Ecclesiastes, or Quarrels, chapter 12, verse 13 and 14. Let us hear the conclusion of the entire matter. Fear Supreme Alahim and guard his commands, for this applies to all mankind. Verse 14, for the Supreme Alahim will bring every work into right ruling, including all that is hidden, whether good or whether evil.
So you can be judged for everything. You spending a lot of time on frivolous debates. You're going to be judged for that crime. Now, should we be boasting on what we know? No. We should be more concerned about who we know and hope that we know Yahweh while Yahweh Shah. That's what we need to be concerned about. Let's go to Jeremiah, the 9th chapter, verse 22 through 24. You better be more concerned about who you know. And that's supposed to be the Most High and his son. You better develop a relationship with them, or the reapers are coming for your behind. Jeremiah 9, chapter 22, verse 22 through 24.
I got this one. Someone else get the next one. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 9, verse 22 through 24. Speak, thus declares Yahweh, the corpses of men will fall as dung on the face of the field, like cuttings after the reaper, with none to gather them.
So these reapers are coming, man. And these dead bodies are going to be falling like feces all over the earth. The corpse of men. Okay, read on.
Verse 23. So says Yahweh, let not the wise boast in his wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Let not the mighty boast in his might, nor let the rich boast in his riches.
So you're not supposed to be bragging about what you know, and so on and so forth. Okay, read on.
But let them who boast of this, that he understands and knows me, that I am Yahweh, doing kindness, right rulings, and righteousness in the earth. For in these I delight, declares Yahweh.
So it's not what you know, Mikiel. It's who you know. And that who you know better be the Most High and his son. From there, let's go to Yeshaya 51, verse 5 through 7. See, when the reapers come, they don't care what you think about the earth being flat, the earth being a sphere, the earth being a cubicle. They will be looking for the seal of Yahweh Shah's redemption, the indwelling of the name of Yahweh. See, people are about to be reaped. They're concentrating on frivolous things. You're about to be reaped by the seraphim. And yet many of us are wasting precious time arguing about being right about nonsense.
It's like
you're debating about nonsense.
it's like the people who like they'll fold up a fiat bill and like find secret messages hidden in it and stuff like that. I'm just like, man.
Yeah.
I don't even really care about none of that, bro. I'm trying to follow these commandments.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. I mean, you had people that was doing stuff like that slightly after 9/11.
Yeah. Come on.
Twin Towers. See, the Twin Towers. They want to seem wise, man. That's all.
Come on.
They want to seem wise. They don't have anything else. That's all they have. So they want to seem wise. So they're focused on something like that.
Come on. The book of Isaiah, chapter 51, verse 5 through 7. My righteousness is near. My deliverance will go forth, and my arms judge peoples. Coastlands wait upon me, and for my arm they wait expectantly. Lift up your eyes to the Shemayim and look on the earth beneath. For the Shemayim will vanish like smoke, and the earth wear out like a garment, and those who dwell in it die as gnats. But my deliverance is forever, and my righteousness is not broken. Listen to me, you who know righteousness, a people in whose heart is my Torah. Do not fear the reproach of men, nor be afraid of their revelings.
Con. So I mean, you better shift your priorities, people. You know, if someone believes the earth is flat or round, I mean, they can still behave in love towards others who understand slightly different things. We trust in our Creator and His redemption. This is supposed to be shared between us as Israelites, no matter what. We don't trust in how well we understand certain things He created, like whether the earth is flat or round. We trust Him, like we just read. See, there seems to be a predisposition for those who fall for the new and unusual teachings to become fixated on these things to the point of becoming obsessed with them. And all some people like to do is debate. And they know people like arguments, so that's all they do. And you tune in. From there, let's go to Proverbs 10, verse 19. Look at the whole Lunar Shabbat debate. To fix on one subject and expend much time and effort to defend it, while the scriptures spend little or no time on it. See, that indicates that something's wrong, man. How come the scriptures not spending a lot of time on it? See, we need to flee these meaningless debates in spite of their obsession or their disinterest in our obsessions. We have different understandings because we're being refined. Now, to fail to love is to utterly miss the goal. Utterly. The Torah is our teaching and authority. If we strive against it and do not learn to love, then we love death. These men's religious traditions, they're used as weapons of hatred because they serve the dragon's purpose. You understand? They serve the dragon's purpose. Let's get to the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 19.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 19. In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise.
Come. So even a fool could seem wise. All he got to do is stop talking so freaking much. And the multitude of words is sin. Someone talking all the time, just talking too much. It's sin. You saying things you don't even have knowledge on. You're sinning because now you're lying. From there, let's go to the book of Romans 12 and 16. So in the multitude of words is sin. Talking. Some people, man, I talk to people, man. Even people that call me for coaching, man, they talk so damn much. I put the phone on mute, man, and let them finish talking. I just say, yeah.
Come on.
Real talk, man. And I say, when they finish, that they call me for 20 minutes of coaching. When they finish, they got about a minute left. And I say, brother, I thought you called me for coaching. They say, yeah, mama. Don't worry about it. I'm going to donate some more. I'm going to put, but brother, if you're not going to let me speak, it's counterproductive. Oh yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead. And then when I start talking, they start talking right over me again. And I just shut up and be quiet.
Good. You say the book of Romans chapter 12, what? 15? 16. Right. The book of Romans chapter 12, verse 16. Be of the same mind, one towards another. Mind not high things, but concede to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own concepts.
Right. Don't be wise in your own eyes, man. But that's how the average Joe is, man. He wise. Oh yeah, I'm wise, man. Nobody's smarter than me, man. Me. Yeah, I mean, so I mean, that's pretty much it, man, for me, man. I just wanted to bring that out. And anyone else got any other thing, you could go ahead and bring it out. It took roughly about an hour. Um, hopefully it'll wake some people up because we got to start concentrating on the right things, man. Not meaningless debates. The earth is flat. People walk away mad. Earth is round. People walk away angry, still sinning, hating his brother over a debate that won't get you into Shemayim, a debate that has nothing to do with your salvation, nothing whatsoever. That nigga, I'm gonna show him right here. You see it? Says it right here. Medieval time that the earth was a disc. Okay, brother. 613 commandments. Which one did you break today? You start looking funny now. Oh yeah. Yo, brother. Yo, man, I was driving down the boulevard, man, and I saw you at the strip club. Oh yeah. Duh. He going to simple mode, man. But you want to debate about the flat earth and all of that, man. If you notice, man, whenever I want you to pay attention to how most people are, man. Whenever there's something about debating or argument, people flood those kind of calls. But lessons that, could really, bring them to salvation, you only have people on there. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear that kind of stuff, man. They want to they want to see someone get beat. They want to see someone get embarrassed. They want to see someone called out. It's proven, man, again and again. Again and again. Any of you brothers got anything? I see Richard's trying to come into the room. Your device is not connecting. Whichever Richard that is. Oh. It is King James's nephew. That Richard.
Yeah, brothers, greetings. How everything going? Yeah, I agree. It doesn't make a difference if the world flat or round because really and truly we didn't create it. The Most High created. See, so such things is irrelevant. Now, could I make a statement?
Sure. We're gonna have to ask you that though. Can you make a statement?
I don't know. Let's see. When you guys get a chance, could you check out your website because I think there's an issue with someone else is using or is connected to your website.
What do you mean?
There's some heavy metal on yahoo.com.
That's legit.
Yeah, what about
that's
it?
legit.
Yeah, that's one of my emails.
I didn't know that.
That's the original email to the website.
Okay, I was going and trying to do a donation and I keep seeing this heavy metal. Like, who the hell is this heavy metal? Crap, so I thought something was wrong. My bad.
That's the original PayPal email. That goes way back to my Nation of Gods and Earth days. Heavy mental, born God. Because my mental was heavy. And I was born God.
Okay.
I always see everything, God.
I got you now.
Shalom. Clean like linen's about to come in.
I wanted to bring something out. Like, yo, Jake, we argue about any and everything from Jordans to sports. I even got a man's that read like every day, all day. But I keep telling him the books that he read, he could write because it's nonfiction. It's fiction. It's like, bro, the same. You could use your imagination and write these 500 pages you dedicating your time to, bro. You're not trying to learn nothing about anything that's tangible that can help you improve not only yourself and your family. You know what I'm saying? But we could sit here and talk 2 or 3 hours about if the earth flat or if it's round. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, we got to focus on what's important, man. It's getting crazy.
Yeah, people like to debate, man. And you know why these people like to do that, man? Is because something is missing in their life. They want to feel important. They want to feel involved. So they feel like if I come off as if I'm intelligent If I can make that person feel bad by me looking more intelligent than him, then hey, I justify myself. I justify my position.
Con.
But is that gonna get you in the kingdom?
Oh,
Shalom, shalom.
shalom.
Hey Ty, I got my basically I'm not too agreeing on the fact that the earth is a sphere. I don't believe that it's a sphere. Um I know somebody that actually works for NASA, and they told me that it's all a lie. They don't actually go to space. They never even been to space. I actually have when somebody that was an astronaut, a fake, that study, the outside universe or whatever. And on his tombstone, it says a scripture that he leaves a statement saying, I have the picture. Let me just go to it.
You mean astronomist? That means somebody that studies space, not an astronaut, though.
You guys still there?
Con.
Yeah, clean like but as clean like getting that let me give y'all my the thoughts that I always had just according to I guess uh the scriptures, or according to my own opinion and the scriptures, or what I thought was in the scriptures. Uh it's scriptures in there kind of supporting both, but more scientific. It will probably be more on the spirit side, even though there's a lot of scientific on the flat sides too. But just being more common sense and just knowing how physical things work, it would be more on the spirit side. But I'm kind of with clean as far as I don't think that they have actually been to the moon. Now I do know they got satellites out in so-called space, but what is space? We consider space is when you're is when the gravitation um it is non-existence, or is space when you break a certain atmosphere or stratosphere. Um, but I don't think they really what do we consider the firmament and so forth. So these are good talks. I'm like Taza Doc. I mean, it really at the end of the day, it really don't mean a damn thing according to salvation. That's why I never really get into these type of talks. But this is a talk. This is not a debate. So this is a wonderful thing to bring out and just see how everybody feel about it. How you feel about it, Yashamine?
Well, I try not to go with my feelings when it comes to things, like this. So I've, out of my own curiosity and sake of knowledge, I've, just rode on planes just for the sake of trying to, make observations and conduct certain experiments. Um, so, I mean, I know that there, like Tazadok said, there is validity to both sides on why we see things the way that we see them as far as observing the earth. But you just got to keep in mind, when you got so many folks here and the size of the earth compared to a man, I mean, we're extremely small, so we're going to see things, differently. So until you, do things, like yourself, then you're really not going to know for yourself versus going off of what someone tells you. So there's
Right.
validity between Earth operating as a sphere. There's validity to, the firmament, and then the Earth being, having ends. But you just need to go out there and see it for yourself. But I'm just going to stick, because compared to salvation, it's really for naught. You know, it's for nothing to debate, you know, such things. Despite what anybody's perspective is, it shouldn't draw as much attention and dissension and division, you know, amongst the body.
Yeah, you know, I just want to say this. Clean Like Linen just brought the same energy here that I just try to disembark from. He's doing exactly what we was telling people not to do. So his focus is in the wrong place right now. You see what I'm saying? The focus is to try and get our people to stop. He missed the most essential element of the core, and he picked up the very thing that we tried to disembark from. Why are you debating about something or want to debate about something that won't get you salvation? What is the point? What is the relevancy? But if you talk to him, what about this law right here, brother? Well, what about this, brother? Are you utterly living right, brother? Or are you still, you know what I mean, doing so and so? Are you breaking the Most High's commandments? That's what our focus needs to be on. You know what our focus should be on? Instead of a damn flat earth debate? Are there going to be race wars? Or what if you get pulled over by a cop tomorrow? How is that going to turn out? What about the cop that's on desk duty right now for using a damn illegal chokehold on another black man in New York City? What about that? See, our focus be in the wrong place, man. Now, this, you know, the thumbs down perhaps came from, but it's like Clean Like Linen missed the whole message, man.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, we hear it right?
Con, I put that in chat. We hear what point of the message. You know what I'm saying? I saw the same thing as soon as we started. You know, essentially, it really, until you experience for yourself, it really doesn't matter. You know what this matters to folks who are actually like pilots and navigators, again, which is nothing more than a profession, and also for doing commerce. This right here, we're talking about salvation. This has nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with it at all whatsoever. You know, let's build. That's where I'm at.
Well, where is it in the scriptures that say and you won't make it to Shemayim if you can't determine whether or not the earth is a sphere or is it flat? See, that's simple as hell, man. Our people really needs to get, you know, even after this, because all the thumbs down and they didn't even hear this. See, they probably thought it was going to be a debate. Trying to deter people from focusing on the wrong things, man. Because it requires energy to do that. You see what I'm saying? And people start getting all in their emotions and their feelings and so on and so forth. And then what? It separate two brothers that would have otherwise possibly, probably would have been together in brotherhood. Now, because you think the earth is flat and he thinks it's a sphere, I can't get along with him, and we disagree right here.
Yeah, like that doesn't even matter. Because, I mean, understand this. We all know that there's been an agenda to provide misinformation to the masses of our nation and to the world for years. So things dealing with science and math and geography, the only way you're going to be able to dispute it is if you go find out for yourself. It's not worth arguing with someone else who hasn't experienced the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like it really doesn't make any sense. It doesn't.
Yeah, I'm concerned about things that affect my life indirectly. Now, let me ask you this, Zadok. If the earth is flat or if it's round, how's that going to impact your life any differently? How's that going to change one single element of your life?
Not one damn way. Not one damn way. That's why I never put nothing into that. You know, it's just my opinion. It's just that person's opinion. Don't never take that, especially that subject, and think that's gonna get you salvation because you think you know it's round or you think you know it's flat or whatever. Or you think it's square. Or I mean, come on, that ain't gonna get you no salvation. So don't even worry about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, debating that. I mean, you know, you want to have a friendly a friendly study debate or whatever with somebody, but if Far Wise is using that to uh argue with your fellow brothers and sisters like they're gonna get you salvation, you retarded for that.
Con. I think a lot of people just want to be the smartest person in the room.
Yeah.
Bring up the most, like, oh, I got the most details, and I know this, I know that, I know this, I know that. Yeah.
And those be the first ones looking stupid, bro. Like,
Calm.
It kind of goes back to what you were saying. About them trying to look intelligent with all these things that trying to bring up, pulling out a bill, and you know what I mean.
They pulled out the $20 bill with Andrew Jackson, and apparently, if you flip it over with his face on it and look at it kind of closely, you could see like his eyes and his face like make a face with a mask on it now. So they're saying, "Oh, man, all right." Oh no.
You seen how they tried to say like the light fixture was a so-called black man hanging?
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah.
I saw that too.
Reaching. People got a lot of time.
Calm.
And none of this, and what? And what does it do? It does absolutely nothing for you.
Yeah.
You do. How does it impact your life? None whatsoever. It goes back to the precepts that we brought out, man. Like a lot of words, like meaningless conversation and so on and so forth. Even though we brought up those precepts, what is the first thing Clean come on here with? The astronaut. Okay. Cool. I'm just going to diffuse it like that. Cool. Because at the end of the day, to me, I don't really care, man. I mean, I don't care. Doesn't really matter, man. It's not going to get us salvation, and it's not going to get us out of these conditions. What Negroes need to be concerned about is the things that we see happening right before our eyes. You need to be concerned about whether or not they're going to try and hit you behind with a damn mandatory vaccine. Whether or not I seen a brother pulled over today, man. I had to stop and see how the cops, was going to react with the brother, man. I seen him walking down the street with the brother, man. Damn, man, get my camera right. About to go live. When you see an incident like that, you don't know what the hell's going to turn into, man. Because these cops, they're angry, man. Then you got some people, some guys sending me an email about not all cops are bad. And I told him all of them are bad to me. And the way I justify that is because if they were good, the so-called good cops would have came forward before we started saying, listen, man, this police brutality got to stop. Why didn't they come forward before that? There was no cops coming forward saying the police departments are bad. So to hell with all the cops is coming forward now. I'm taking a knee. That's all fake, man. That's acting.
Yep.
You're in the spotlight now. Where were they in the past?
Yep.
Why did it take us to get killed and be put in the media? Now there's a spotlight on them. Let me tell you something, man. When people do wickedness, man, there's a reason, right? That they do it in the closet. Case in point, right? If a little boy and a little girl, they go into a closet and, they fondle each other, humping each other, like they're going to have sex. They know that's wrong. Because if they didn't think that was wrong, they would do it outside in the sidewalk where everyone could see them, right? They went and did it in the closet because they know that they got to hide this. So this is why the cops, they never came forward before because they know it's wrong. They never spoke on it before because they know what they was doing was wrong. But now that it's out of the closet, they want to speak up and say, yeah, well, this is not right. Well, where were you all of these years? Why don't you speak out then? Because you're guilty by your acquiescence. See, silence is agreement. Silence is you taking an action without even action. That is a form of acting. Your silence is your agreement.
Yep.
Your acquiescence. So they knew. Why did it take for all of these protests and riots and all of that for cops to start coming up and say, well, yeah, this is wrong.
They all bad, Art. They all bad. Like you
They
explained.
would have been coming forward. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep.
And this is the same thing I say about Edomites. If Edomites, you see the Edomites out marching with us now, why in the hell did it take us to be dying and all? Why didn't you go forward on your own and speak against your people? You understand what I'm saying? See, I think a little differently, man. It's hard to get one up on me. If you was really sympathetic, so-called white people, you would have went out there on your own. You would have been protesting out there on your own without us. You wouldn't have been denying it. You wouldn't have been saying, why can't we just forget about it?
They'd have passed laws a long time ago to stop it.
Come on. The policymakers know that this been going on. Don't you see? Can't you people see that we're hated, man? Can't you see that they hate us? Stop falling for the buffoonery.
All nations. All nations.
They hate us, man. They know this is going on.
God.
They didn't do anything to change it because they don't want to change it. Don't you know Don DeCon came publicly and said, well, if you want to fix the amount of cases going up, then stop testing people. He doesn't care, man. He doesn't care. So our focus is in the wrong place, man. Our focus is in the wrong place.
True that.
Our people need to wake up, man, for real. It appalls me that the brother Clean even came on here with that, even after we said what we were saying, because we was trying to deter people from debating about it. What's the first thing the good brother Clean come on here with? Yeah, man, I don't really agree. I don't really personally care, man. I was saying that. I said that throughout the call. I don't care if you agree with me or not. I don't get if you're right, so what? Is that gonna get me in the kingdom? No. Is it gonna keep me out of the kingdom if I'm wrong? No. That has nothing to do with scriptures. People just want something to debate about. It's like those people I was talking about in the beginning, man. They have nothing else better to do, man. Nothing better to do. Sit around and debate about frivolous nonsense.
See, I can't really take folks seriously with everything that's going on today, and this is what they find that's important enough to bring up amongst brethren. Like that doesn't make that makes no sense to me. Folks are being oppressed, dying, no type of remedy, and folks just continue. They're comfortable with being complacent as they wait for things to blow over. That's what it looks like.
They tell me the earth is flat, and we'll say, "Hey, Roger that, brother. You're entitled to that opinion. That's your view. That's only your view. Let's keep it moving." That takes away the argument. They're gonna have to find someone else. You know what I mean? I don't have time for your polemics.
That's
for your
a good
frivolous nonsense.
That's a good way to diffuse any argument. All right. Now what?
Yep. That's what I say. Harder, man. Make this too hard.
I believe as a people, we have been victimized so long until we are afraid to express our power.
Yeah.
Because every time we try to build something or we try to do something positive for ourselves, it is diffused not only by ourselves but outside powers. I guess we just afraid of even going forward to empower ourselves.
And you shall be hated by all nations for my name's sake.
We are the apple of his eye. We are his chosen people.
Yeah, Earth is flat, man. Hey, man, show them tonight, man. Okay. Even Mikael in the room. Not that it matters. See, if something don't matter, you won't bring it up. I'm a little wiser than that. You see what I'm saying? You want to throw your point out there and then say, nah, well, I'm not really. Come on, Jim, why you bringing it up? Abraham Lincoln, he was a self-educated attorney, right? In the backwoods of Illinois. He taught himself to be an attorney. He said something that stuck with me. He said, if you don't want to discuss the issue, don't bring it up. So if they don't want to discuss it, why are they bringing it up? Because they want to debate about it. Stop me where I'm lying at.
Con.
Wrong venue. Yeah, man.
God.
Make you free, man. They love debating, man. They love to see blood, man. In nature, man. Competitive by nature, man.
Yeah, we need to come.
10 o'clock.
And love to see someone in pain, man. Competitive by nature. And people love these these debates, the Illuminati debates. They love that. See, that's all to make them seem intelligent. But at the end of the day, people have been discussing this for years, right? And so now what? What are you going to do now? You know what? What are you going to do now? You're just talking. See how people love to talk, man. They would just talk. But when you tell them, hey, man, let's pick up some arms, man. Let's arm ourselves, protect ourselves. You don't see that Negro no more. Oh, yeah, I'll support you from the back. I'll provide some financial support.
What am I come say? What? Nigga, you must be left your mind in Africa.
That's exactly how it seems to happen.
Now.
That's wild. But you're all right.
Yes, man. You're laughing. That really is. Yeah. I'll provide some support, and then they send you $5. I'm telling you, that happens all the time. Yeah. I made them donations. Now I go back and check the donation. Some people, man, there was people that donated 50 cents, man.
Oh man, you gotta be kidding me.
No way,
And PayPal takes a percentage of every damn thing.
No.
Yeah, I'm not lying, man. 50 cents.
Wow.
Some people donate $1. Some people donate $1, and by the time they take out of it, it's about 67 cents.
Why would y'all do that, man?
Why even donate?
So I remember you had a pitch from your old video saying, give whatever you think the information is worth.
Right.
$1, $2,
Right.
$5, $10 or more. So
Right.
are you really telling me people are donating because they felt like the information that you put out on being saved from your enemy in this side of the world under this de facto was only worth 50 cents?
And I don't mean the rapper.
You got to be kidding me, man.
50 cents, man, and I don't mean the rapper.
That is crazy.
That
That is
disgusting.
disgusting. That is appalling, man. That do nothing but make for me. I don't know what to make you. That makes me upset. That makes me.
That was the plan.
That makes me upset. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. That person's a liar.
And then know what they done? They said, "Oh yeah, man, I've been making some donations. I don't have no money right now. Can you give me a free coaching session?" I went back and looked at the damn donation. It was 50 cents, man, and one was $1.
That is
Yeah.
crazy. Them folks are liars.
Yeah, man.
No way. No way.
Uh,
Those are not honest men or women.
Those the same ones that come to the stream just to argue in the chats.
Yeah.
yeah.
And try to find a husband.
Hey, Israel, remember the other day we was on the phone with that woman that was lying?
Con.
Yeah, she was lying, making up lies as she go. When I told her that, you went to your financial organization and canceled out the donation, she's sitting there lying and couldn't even cover it and just telling lies and just cutting herself.
Right.
Just kept cutting. She didn't know I had Israel in the background. You see what I'm saying? Because the scripture said in the mouth of two or more witnesses, there you go.
Con. She tried to act like she never even made a donation, and then she was like, "No, I did donate," and then she was like, "No, I didn't use I didn't use this card. I used that card." She was just running in circles, man. I pray for her.
Yeah, man. But you was right, man. She didn't know how to do the packet, and she basically said she was going to reach back out. So now you want to donate? Oh yeah, all right. Now you want to donate and think I'm going to help you? Nah, man. Don't even donate, man. I'm good.
The sad part is that she thought you was a fool. Like how she really thought that you didn't know who she was, especially to the extent of the situation.
Right. It's crazy, man. That's our people, man. That's Jake. Oh, Ricky Davis has sent me in, coach. Let's see what Ricky got, man. Ricky. David, what do you have, man? David, talk it. Talk that talk, David.
I can't
Talk
be here
the
for
talk,
that.
David.
Yeah.
I can't be here.
And talk the talk, man. David's my man's, man.
Hold on. But before David talk, Yashibum, you got off the phone early. Off the live early. When was it, yesterday?
Yeah, I
And
think
David said, man, he said, look here. He told y'all on Friday, I wasn't here, that he didn't hear no precepts, that he was leaving TDOC. And he said, Zadok, I used to like you. I said, damn, David, what did I do? I'll bring out precepts and stuff. He said, I want to hear precepts. I don't want to hear stories. I don't want to hear y'all stories. I want to hear y'all bring out the precepts. I said, man, we brought out precepts like galore. What is you talking about? Then I'm bringing out precepts. He wanted to stop me in the middle of reading the scriptures. Oh, he was very disrespectful yesterday, Yashabin. When you got off, he got very disrespectful. But he was like, I love Yashabin, but he disrespected. He disrespected me like hell. David, you owe me an apology.
David, come on in the room, David. Ricky David, come on in, man. Talk that talk, David.
Yeah, she said you the only reason he's still here.
What? Hold up. The man that can't provide one precept because he claims he don't know the scriptures verbatim like Tazadak does, or like I do, supposedly. But all he does is tell stories. You can't say that about somebody else and you do the same thing. Come on now.
It's not though. He was talking about just about everybody up here because we was talking about different experiences that we had going along with the subject. We brought out all the precepts already, so I'm bringing out more precepts, and he stopped me in the middle of the precepts.
The man
he was just getting off the chain yesterday.
The man has arrived. David has arrived. The man's going to speak
there you
for
go.
himself. David, redeem yourself, brother.
Shalom,
David, redeem yourself, brother.
Shalom, David.
Shalom.
Shalom, David. I got a couple questions for you.
David, redeem yourself.
Yashabin, he told me, he said, I pick on him. When do I pick on him, Yashabin? He bear a false witness against his brother. And David, I demand an apology.
Well, hold on. The man is here now. David, I just want you to know I haven't spoken one ill word about you. I I love you as always, brother. Now talk that talk, David. Talk that talk. David's posing, man. Look, he's showing his biceps. Don't hold back, David. Don't hold back, David. This means blood. Talk that talk, David. Talk that talk, David. Come on, man. Come on, man. The Most High is backing you, David. The Most High didn't give you the spirit of fear.
I can't believe David said that when he does the same exact thing. So I got some questions. David, unmute
David,
your mic.
speak up, man. Speak on it, David. Speak on it.
What is going on with you?
They coming for your head, David.
I need some clarity on this.
David.
He been watching. He been watching Daddy. He been watching Daddy Nate, man.
Just provide clarity, y'all.
David, say a word, man. Say a word, man. You just sitting there posing, man. What the hell you doing?
He been watching Daddy Nate. He been watching Daddy Nate.
This is not photography class, David. Speak. Open your mouth and speak. We can't hear you. They coming for your head, David. They want you like Salome wanted John the Baptist. Your head on a platter. Now he pretend he's mute.
On a platter, David.
David, say it ain't so.
David, why don't you unmute yourself? Your mic is muted. What's he doing, man?
He drunk.
Full of that fire, man.
David, you're muted.
David, are you drunk off the water? Are you
If you
drunk off
said
the
something,
wine?
if
Are you
you said
drunk
something that
off
hurt
the
my
wine?
feelings, what do you think? I'm not.
David, speak up, man. Speak on it.
Mute your background, David. Mute your background.
David, I need some clarity on this.
All right. Now, calm.
I need to send Xfinity over to David.
And I'm
It's a crime shame.
he said don't argue. All right. So let me tell you something, Zadok. Oh, sorry.
We can't hear you.
I'm sorry. I should know better. All right. Now he just said don't argue. Now I'm gonna say some things you're gonna like, and you're gonna say something I don't like. If you think I like everything I'm gotta say, you got another thing coming. Now I apologize, Zadok. I do like you. You just said something I didn't like. I don't mean you picking on me. Good luck with picking on me. I'll shut your ass off. Now, here's what we're going to do.
David, come on, David.
Young
tone it
people.
down. Hey, David, come in love. Come in the spirit of love, David.
The devil got 4 tricks.
Oh, hold on, David.
of
Hold
them.
on, David.
And
David.
he used one of them on Eve.
Well, hold on,
You
David.
want to be
Hold
like
on.
God.
Hold on, David.
And he got 3 others that he tried to use.
Here's the story, and not a precept.
Yeah. This
David.
is just how I talk.
Oh, hold on, David. Hold on. Come in the spirit of love, David. You just made an ill statement about
All
you
right.
don't like a lot of brothers on here.
All right, so now he got 3 tricks.
Yeah, he talking about.
Oh yeah, I love you guys. I just told you I love you guys. I didn't say I don't like a whole lot of brothers on here. I just said somebody said something that hurt my feelings. That's just how it came out. No, well, I mean, I'm trying to answer the doc. I like him. All right, now the deceiver got 4 tricks. Now, look, people, he got 4 tricks. He used one of them on Eve, and he used on our brother. If you don't read the Bible, you're not going to get me. So here's what you do. You have to figure out, look, I fell for the trick or so. First thing he's going to say is, if you bow down, then I'll give you this. turn this stone into bricks, or whatever, turn the stone into bread. You know, the Bible, only those who have understanding should be here. So this is what you do, people. You're going to have to go through the same thing we went through. We're just trying things we ran in. We're just trying to help you. Now, you have to understand what's inside of you. You got another child that's going to be born. It's going to be here for at least another generation. And you're going to be blessed and fortunate if you send them to the Kahan and Yashabim and Zadok. Only those with understanding were there when the Zadok opened up the scriptures. Okay, so let's just make our point, our piece. I love Zadok. I love Zadok. I love Yashabim, and I love all these new people. Now, if I say I didn't hear something, don't take everything I have to say, because my problem is I can share the message, but when I start trying to talk and give explanations, that's where I mess up. It's just going to come through clear because it's not my message. The land. All right, so that's all I'm trying to do. I don't have anything against y'all. I've been here since you. So I ain't trying to put money off this big. What about Zadok? He saved my life.
How do you feel about that asshole?
He told me something I didn't even know.
How do you feel about that asshole?
Zadok saved my life.
But how do you feel about that asshole?
Zadok saved my life.
How do you feel about that asshole?
Zadok saved my life.
How do you feel about that asshole?
Zadok saved my life. I didn't even know I was in trouble.
How do you feel about that?
And I just happened to come across this.
I gift wrap some tissue.
David, you're neglecting the question. David. You're neglecting the question, David. How do you feel about him? How do you feel about that asshole?
I love him.
Oh, boy.
I just said he saved my life. I don't know what part you're not getting.
You saying Zadok saved your life?
Yeah, he did. He's part of it. It takes a lot to save. It takes a lot to save someone like me. You see how I get on people's nerve? I get on my own nerve. I'm like, go take a nap. You're getting on your own nerve. Now, you people are helping me.
Now, David, you are aware that Zadok and Zadok. Now, David, you are David. Okay, just calm down. Now, Zadok and Zadok is one and the same. It's the same name.
Yeah, y'all did point that out before, and my answer, and I'll tell you what my answer was.
So
just to let you know.
So which Zadok are you talking about? So
I'm talking about. I'm talking about both of y'all. I'm talking about all these.
What they explained to. But see, David explained.
This is why I don't like.
They said when David was saying.
See, now this is why I don't like to answer questions, and I just like to stick to the message, because you start answering questions, you're going to go down a rabbit trail. Now stop me where I'm lying.
Stop, David. Just because you answer questions doesn't mean you're going to go down a rabbit hole. I don't agree with that one.
David, how did you feel about the subject matter tonight?
David,
well, I just thought I just went over it. He told you don't argue. And he told you about how he felt about questions. I didn't take any notes.
What about
Do you see any notebook in my hand? I don't care. I can't do anything about it.
That's the point. Good job, David. That's
Good job, David.
All right. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to conclude.
So, are you taking any questions tonight?
No. And I mean, of course, I'll take yours. Because I just said when I start answering questions, I'm going to go down a rabbit trail. What part didn't you understand?
The second part. The second part. I didn't understand the second part.
If I have a message, it's not
going
mine.
down the rabbit trail. I didn't understand the part about
number
the
one.
rabbit trail.
I don't know. All right, now I'll explain. Now, if this is the last question I'm going to answer today.
Can you go on this rabbit trail on Easter?
All right, so anyway, I'm going to answer one more question today. If I tell you something, it's a message. It's not mine. I woke up this morning and I said, I'm going to get on the Kahan's channel and come up with some kind of invisible message. It's not happening. So by me trying to explain it, when you get the message, you don't get the explanation as well. And hey, I ain't trying to be like that messenger on the movie 300 that got kicked down that bottomless pit. Do you understand?
No, can you explain that to us? I don't quite understand what you're talking about.
Did you watch the movie 300 where the messenger got kicked down the hole? The only reason why he got kicked down the hole because he asked a question.
No,
all he had to do was.
I watched Save It Private Ryan.
No, I haven't seen that one. But I'm just talking about the movie 300 because I want our group, I want our family, I want camp to only be 300 strong.
No, we want more than that.
That's it.
We need to show.
Well, I don't. Show me in the Bible where he used more than that. Show me where he used thousands of people to do something. Go on,
David. We need something from you significant tonight. Tell us something. Give us some sort of wisdom before you leave. We need some sort of significant aphorism that we could use from you.
You know the commandments, and the two greatest commandments is you shall love thy neighbor as thyself.
Wait, stop. Okay, David, you just cut yourself. Based on what you said about Zadok. You cut yourself.
I like Zadok. He used to me. Because he said something that hurt my feelings. That's all.
Okay, I'm going to tell you this, David. I'm going to tell you this. If you don't start bringing up more precepts when you come on here, I'm gone. I'm done with TDOC. I'm going to give you 3 days. If you don't start bringing up more precepts when you come on here, I'm done. I'm gone.
It's just how I talk.
I'm gone.
I'm
gone, David. 3 days, David. You have 3 days. You have 3 days to come up with some precepts, or I'm gone. I'm leaving your organization.
And then I came back on the fourth day.
Coming up with some precepts, I'm gone. I'm gonna go to your channel and
then I came back on the fourth day. So that's just how I talk. I overemphasize things. So yeah,
3 days,
still
David.
here.
3 days. 3 days.
Yeah, okay. So all right. So now it's 2 weeks later, and I'm still here. I'm
speaking to my own experience, David. You got 3 days to start coming up with some precepts because you keep coming on here with stories. You keep coming on here with stories.
Okay. All right. I apologize. I'd rather be like our brother when he said it is written.
Which brother? Judas?
Yeah.
I see that silver falling out of your pocket, David, on the floor. I see that silver falling out of your pocket on the floor. David, there's 30 silver coins. Look on the floor. There's 30 silver coins.
Why, David?
Wow.
Why spell backwards is Yahweh.
Now we know. Now we know.
For the ditch.
All right, so I'm not gonna betray you guys. I'm not sticking.
That was it, David. That was it. I asked for something very wise and sound, and you provided it. Tell them again, David, because it went over their head. Say it again, David.
Okay. Why spell backwards is Yahweh. Okay.
And the room went silent and make mockery of David, but he's very wise.
Yeah, I love God. I love the Holy Spirit. He spends times with me. I mean, I love the Yahweh and the Ruach Hadash. He spends time with me every day. How do you think I'm making it through the virus? I'm 63. I can't go nowhere. I'm at that age where I might catch something. I had 3 of my grandkids come past the day. I only let them stay for 20 minutes. So the Holy Spirit has to help me. The Holy Spirit is the only one who could beat me. Now, Senior Kahan, he's a pretty big dude. He might be able to put a whipping on me.
Oh, I'm not that big, David.
But well, you're bigger than me. But I need the Ruach Hadash. I need him. I just have to have him every day. And that's what I want for you, young people. I want you to understand that the Ruach Hadash is real. The Yahweh Shah is real, and so is the Yahweh. And you can do it. You just can't pick a day. He just shows up whenever he wants to show up, and you just have to listen. But it's attainable. Stop doing what you. As soon as you stop doing what you want to do in the kingdom. As soon as you stop doing what you want to do in the kingdom. Our young ones, as soon as you stop doing what you want to do in the kingdom, which is ask questions, you're going to meet the Ruach Hadash. And he's going to lead and guide you and lead you into great understanding. I thank God for this man. I got my own YouTube channel. I don't have to come here. I thank God for this man. And I'm going to tell you again, he's here to save your life. And plus, he's risking his own life. I remember when he started, he said, I know they're going to kill me for getting out this information, but he kept going. And he didn't have no question and answer session at the beginning. Now, y'all did that to him. When he put that thing down, I didn't even cuss. So, all right, so this is a messenger for you. If you don't know what a messenger look like, look at him. And you're going to see what a messenger looks like, and he's going to help you. You should see me when I go to court. One of my fellow employees told me that I had to go to court because I got my first DUI at age 62. And he told me, because, they make you keep coming back. He told me, he said, you're going to be the highlight of their day. And I was. When I went in after my coaching, they were coming out of the back to see what I was going to say. Because what the Quran is telling you, your mind will go the right way. You don't have to understand everything. Everything doesn't have to work exactly like he said. He'll tell you all the time, if it don't work for you, if you fall flat on your face. But your mind will know what to do. And it's wonderful. So everyone on here is a leader. One can chase 1,000, 2 could chase 10,000. So each one of you can have another child that's going to last for a generation, and that they could do the same thing. That this is how we're going to make this camp grow, but I just don't want more than 300 people around the Quran. Because when he says, okay, now you take 150 mules and put 2 bottles of, whatever they had, and light them and send them down the trail. So you can't have a lot of people with you. See, that's what's wrong with the protests right now. And I'm glad y'all standing up. Makes me good to see all these young people mad. But God doesn't use that many people. Now, nobody stopped me where I'm lying, and I asked you all that 10 minutes ago. All right, so here's what you do. Trust God, trust the Quran, trust Shahashabim, and trust Zadok. And just try it. What do you got to lose? You can't go nowhere. I learned how to follow this man when I could go out and stay out all day. So I'm going to listen to him, and if I can't go nowhere. So he's trying to help you. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not a stupid man. I know when somebody's trying to help me, and I know when somebody's against me. So I know you guys have your own thing to do. You're going to do it your own way, but just keep listening. Keep coming back to this room and keep this channel going so that it helps others. You're next. Are there any questions?
How do you feel about Donald Trump?
Well, if I had a chance, now calm down. If I had a chance, I would vote him out of office and he wouldn't get a second term. No, I can't do anything.
But David, isn't Donald Trump a necessary tool by the Most High to make our people wake up by him making his own people feel liberated to show their true selves?
No. You know what woke our people up? When they killed George Floyd. Now that's what woke them up. Didn't have nothing to do with Trump. Now stop me where I'm lying. I can't believe it. Once in a while, after I listen to the Kahan's YouTube videos, almost invariably the next video come up and got something to do with Trump. I try to block it. I try to report it as spam. They still pop up.
David, but what about the people that saying George Floyd's death was a hoax? What about the conspiracy theorists?
Hey, that's fine, but they got him up, didn't it?
Yeah, that's to put him back to sleep.
Yeah, the deceiver uses the same tricks. I just went over that.
They want to call it a false flag. Well, I mean, those are the children of perdition. They're saying things like that.
I don't listen to them.
Videos that talk about the man's haircut doesn't match. They talk about tattoo.
Yeah. Those people don't come past my house and ask me for a cigarette. So I don't know. They can say whatever they want to say. I just go with the Holy Spirit.
See, we have one of them in the room. See that guy saying, doesn't George Floyd has a twin? They're always all around. These are the losers. Yeah. These are the weeds in life. Yeah, they got nothing better to do with their time, and they get high off of that. The whole conspiracy theory thing, they get really high off of that. It's like a drug. It makes them feel good about themselves. Then they go to sleep thinking how they put someone else on life in fear and worried about something. They don't bring anything sound to put the person at ease. It's just something that stresses them out even more.
Yeah. Now, there's a scripture for that. It's, since you guys are into precepts and stuff, it says, hey, you are your father of lies.
That's John 8:44. You are your father, the devil, and the works of your father you shall do. He was a
See
liar.
What I'm saying? I love that Bible. I love that Bible. Isn't it something? See how it has all the answers in it?
Yeah.
I know you young people go there to find out how to handle, your girlfriend or, whatever. Let me tell you something. And this is what you young people need to get straight. They're telling you to sow your wild oats. But what they forget to tell you is you're going to reap from that. Are there any other questions?
Yes. I got one last question, David.
Okay, sir.
How do you stay so slim?
Repeat.
How do you stay so slim?
Well, I fast. I don't eat meat. That's pretty much how I do it. I'm not sick. You want to see me do some jumping jacks? And I'm 63.
You don't
David,
eat meat?
David.
Yes. All right, so that's how you do it. Just basically don't eat anything that's bad for you. And I might eat a hoagie every once in a while, but once my stomach start poofing out, I'm like, oh geez, guess I had enough of hoagies.
No hoagies for David, David. No hoagies.
I love God. He is wonderful. I love Yahweh because I know Yashabim don't like when you mess up with them words. So I ain't trying to piss him off.
Nah, you're not making me upset. I just trying to love on you a little bit, brother.
Thank you. It's important.
And David, what about the brother Mikael?
Yeah, what about me? What about me, David? David? Sister Khan, is that? What about the MIA Mikael? What about him? I want to support him from the back.
You have to wait for your turn for the Holy Spirit to turn my attention to you. And then we'll go over it. Okay.
What about Octavius, David?
Yeah, I've been listening to him, but again, the first person I caught after Yashabim and TDOC was Zadok.
David, Mikael's a pretty sharp guy.
Okay.
Don't put that out there, Khan. Don't put that out there. I'm not trying to get close to glory in myself. On the Most High right now, Khan. Got to get you for that.
Yeah, it's up to the Holy Spirit. When he sends me toward you, apparently we're going to get along. Apparently we're going to be like spirits. So
David's a pretty sharp guy also, David.
Which one?
Octavius.
Oh, yeah. I just have to wait for the Holy Spirit. It takes a lot of energy to be me. And when the Holy Spirit hits me, it takes even more energy. So I just have to wait. And
hey, David, what about clean like linen, though?
Yeah, I'm kind of confused with your relationship with him, but I'll just... Sometimes it sounds like sometimes it sounds like you're slamming
Mind expounding on those details, David? What does that actually mean?
Well, I'm glad that my name is David and not clean like linen. For right now.
But you want clean linen, right? You want to have that clean linen.
Hold on. I could prove it. I could prove it. Now I could prove it. Just to let you know, this is not a shallow thing, and I'm not trying to make you laugh. Just people think I'm funny for some reason or another. I went to a conference in Philadelphia.
David, be careful. Hey, David, be careful. Clean like linen's from Harlem.
Okay. I'm protected by the Holy Spirit. Just might as well forget it. I go to sleep with my door open. All right. So anyway, I went to this conference in Philadelphia with the it was my first one. I was driving a 1989 Honda Civic 3-speed, and it wasn't inspected, and still had to drive it back. I was using the map thing, and it said it would take 4 hours or something. It took me 6 hours. All right, so this is what the Kahan told me. This is exactly what I experienced. So I want you to kind of grasp what I'm saying when I say these kinds of things, because I'm not going to waste your time, because you're sure not going to waste mine. So anyway, he had this big brother in the back of the room. I was in the second row because I was late.
That was Richard.
That's why. Yeah. That's why I can't have a shirt, because I'm late all the time. I started out late. I don't know what. I don't know what you think. All right. So anyway, this is what he said. Just to let you know, I can maintain a complete thought. I'm a listener. The young man says something, And the Kahan said something, and then the young man responded, "Yes, sir." Now, just before that, within the same 5, 10, 15 minutes, I said something to the Kahan, and I said, "Yes, sir." And the Kahan checked my spirit, and he said, "Don't call me sir." So then when somebody says sir, a couple of minutes after me, I was like, "Oh, geez, don't say that in this room." So I understand, he got different relationships with people. This is a memorable man for me. And now I remember almost everything he says. I don't do it, but I remember most of it. And when I need it, it comes right out. It does. I can't do everything he says. I got my own thing to do. But thank God I heard it. And that's what I want for you, young people. All you got to do is hear it. Faith comes by what? Hearing. And all right, so that's how you do it. And you let your mind do the rest. Okay, so are there any more questions?
Yes.
Okay, sir.
How do you feel about clean like linen?
I like him. I think he makes perfect sense on some things. I just wouldn't want to have the kind of relationship with you that he does. I don't know if you like him. I don't know if you don't like him. But I know you let him in a room. So I guess you kind of like him. Let me tell you something, young people. The Kahan will say something to you just to see what you're going to say. So I kind of look at clean linen like that. But he's not giving up on you, and either am I. It's just the way I talk. Are there any other questions?
Yes. What do you think about Yashabin?
Oh, man. There's nothing better on this planet, whether it's flat or whether it's a circle. There's nothing better on this planet than a young person trying to read that Bible or understand that Bible. Now, stop me where I'm lying. Now, he got a special place in my heart because he reads the Bible. I don't know him. He ain't going to call me. And when he does call me, he'd be like, "Hey, you're late. You want to get on the call?"
What about Will?
Will Smith. He just started. I'm popping up. These are new people. And I understand. Yeah, they're new people. So I haven't had a chance to, have the Holy Spirit direct a message to them.
Now, Will's very young. Will's very young.
What is he, 15, 16?
No.
Oh.
It's 22.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's young too. All right, so look, I'm just waiting for the Holy Spirit to tell me something. And I don't want to be one of them kind of church people to come up to you and say, "Hey, the Holy Spirit told me to tell you something." No, that's not going to happen. I didn't want to hear that. So I know I'm not going to say it. But the Holy Spirit does use me for messages. And I hope he uses me for messages for Will and Yashabam and Zadok and Israel and Michael. I hope he does. But if he doesn't, I'll keep listening to the Kahan either way.
But sometimes, David, he could put the spirit on whoever he wants to bring a message. Even on
Yeah. I'm just trying to say, my part. It's a part I play. So, are there any other questions? Are there any other questions?
I guess
okay, so I'm going to conclude. All right, so I'm going to conclude if there are no more questions. I love y'all. I listen to y'all every day. If you're on here twice a day, I watch y'all twice a day. I seen y'all start at 11 o'clock in the morning. I was right there. I don't go to Zoom because I don't want to, or StreamYard or anything because, I don't want to, whatever I don't want to do. I know.
Dave, what do you think about Shaw? You don't even know him, huh?
No. Yeah, it's not his turn. When the Holy Spirit get me, I'll tell you. I do better just following the Holy Spirit, because when I get into my own message, it's like going down a rabbit trail. So I don't want to do that. Why? I don't know him. And I never went down a rabbit trail talking about the Khan. You just might as well forget it. Or Yashabim. Or Zazak. So I'll wait and see what the Holy Spirit wants to use me for. It's the better way to live. With the what's his name? What the Ruach Kadosh wants from you is better than what you can do.
What's his name? Hey, David, you do understand that the Ruach is the spirit. That's what it means. The Ruach it's a set apart spirit.
Yeah.
Holy just simply means set apart.
Yeah, and but he's still a person. It's called the person of the Holy.
That's the spirit of Christ.
Yeah,
the Ruach it's just the spirit that comes out of Christ.
Yeah, see that's what I'm saying. That's so in my mind. That's what so when something comes from the Spirit of Christ through me, that's when I'll deal with the other brothers in this camp. Y'all protect him. Y'all keep him safe. If he asks you for a donation, send it to him.
Just not 50 cents.
Yeah. Don't do that. You just might as well keep it. If you only have 50 cents to send, you probably should have kept it. You need it more than he does. Now that's insulting. At least it would insult me.
Well, it wouldn't be so
it's
bad.
Hard.
Being oppressed by that PayPal and all that.
Now, I think some people send that to insult. You know what I mean?
God,
I think that was the entire intent.
Yeah. It's better not to send anything and give your offering of love than to send something so small just to show up and say you were here when you were in fact not. That's a Judas move, and that's not respected. And the Most High will answer you in the day appointed. You will receive your just for that. Whoever you are who did that.
Here's what kills me.
There's a few people that's done that. There's a few people that's done that. Right?
I get it.
And they don't do it on Cash App. They did it in PayPal, which means they still take out a certain percentage of that. So you
Malachi 3:10. They're attempting to rob Yahweh. Because if you know this is something you need to listen to in your spirit, the Most High had mercy and gave you an opportunity, a conduit to hear some real truth that you will likely never hear anywhere else in your entire up until 2020. And you do something like that, that's actually a wicked. And if I'm wrong, well, let the Most High forgive me. But if you gave in the wrong spirit, and you know you did it out of spite, you ought to be ashamed of it. If you're older than 12 and that's not allowance from your parents, and you gave that, you should be ashamed of yourself. If you're not in the plantation working and paying taxes to the slave master, then you're in a different bracket. If you really cannot give the fiat, it's understood. It's understood, but it's where your heart and your spirit is. Because you doing that to the man, that's nothing. It's the Most High who's paying attention to what you do. He sees your heart. And that's the most important thing. Let us not forget.
He teaches the same. He teaches with the same passion, no matter how much you give him. But I tell you what, when I heard somebody gave him 50 cents, I got pissed. I'm going to send him $49.50 to round that off to $50.
But I think that was intentionally done because it's happened on a few occasions. So I think it was done to try to get some sort of reaction.
It did. Probably not with you, but it reached me. are there any other questions so I can go back to listening to you guys or not?
Yeah, Dave, what do you think about what Trump said about stop the testing if you want to fix the numbers?
I don't know if he's stupid on purpose or if he's stupid by plan, but that was the dumbest thing I ever heard. Did I mention I got 14 grandkids? I hear a lot of dumb stuff. Never heard a leader be like that or I'm saying anything like that. But that's all right. I'm in the world, but I'm not of it. And that's why I wear my mask. I'm like, hey, y'all jokers got something. Now I'll be putting my mask on. There's something wrong with them. Now I already sent y'all the scripture to what to do. Now it's just your turn, young people. We weren't so successful with it, but you know what to do. So why would you do something that's not worth dying for? The Kahan will tell you all the time. What he's doing could cause him to kill him. What, you just skipped over that comment? If you're going to do something, you have to be willing to die for it. And you can't be sitting around in front of the camera like, oh, they did this. This is what the movie 300 is all about. If you're not willing to die for it, don't do it. Or what's that other guy's name? Gideon. When the guardian angel came to Gideon, he was afraid. He was in a barn somewhere doing something that you have to do outside. But he was so afraid, he was on the inside. And that angel told him, rise up, great and mighty man of valor. Now, when you meet your guardian angel, you're going to be red hot. You're going to be like, oh man, preaching the gospel, blah, blah, blah. You're going to get all these followers. This is where the mega churches come from. But the Lord told him, that's too many. Or I'm sorry, I know they don't like the word Lord here. I'm sorry. But the Ruach HaKodesh told him that's too many. Anybody who's afraid, let him go home. You know the story, read it. It's in the Bible. And he got it down to 300. And that's what I want for our camp. I don't want us to have 17,000 people social distancing, marching down the street, painting on the sidewalk. He's calling on warriors. That's what it's called. Police against brutality or whatever. That's what you are. So,
David, you don't even know his name, David. You be in the Zoom calls, David. You know the name, David. Come on, brother.
Yeah. That's just how I talk. Come on, work with me, Zadok.
This is not Zadok.
Work with me. I'm trying to reach new people, and I'm trying to talk to them the way that they talk, not the way you talk. Okay, so here's all right. So here's what you do, young people. Try to be willing to die for something. If you're afraid, go home. If you can't pass the water test, go home. And there will be no shame attributed to you. But the idea here is that God doesn't use that many people. I mean, the Yahweh doesn't use that many people. He doesn't. So listen to the Kahan. He's trying to build something. I don't know how long it's going to take. And we'll see how it's going to go. If you can't do anything else, if you can't be part of the camp, at least donate. Hell, you got a family. You know how long it takes to do these? Do you know how long it takes to do a document? Even if it gives you half the answers. So he needs support. He didn't ask me to come in here and say that he needs support. Stop me where I'm lying. And I mean, 50 Cent is cool if you know, are one of them 2 mic kind of people. I get that. But, you know, he needs more money. He has to be with more people, and he needs to be able to go when he needs to go. And he's not going to be able to do it if he got to keep asking for donations. Or, is that the right word? Donations? Yeah, donations. So just let the money start pouring in, and he ain't going to do nothing wrong with it. Where's he going to go? We're in the middle of a freaking virus. Oh, yeah, he's going to hop on the plane and go to Hawaii. I don't think so. This man is keeping people alive. And he's keeping you alive, too. That's the most important thing. That's why you're here. You don't know what he's talking about. When I first met him, I didn't know what he was talking about. I had to keep listening to him. He had this thing when he first started. You have to watch each video 10 times. And I tried. I was like, okay. Then I figured out he had 300 videos. I was like, okay. Guess I won't watch them all 10 times. But he saved my life. That's the most important thing. And he's saving your life too. So get with it. And are there any more questions? I'm sorry. I hate the rabbit trails. Are there any more questions? I'm sorry. Maybe I said it too fast. Okay. So in conclusion, I would like to say, support this man, support this channel, and you know, expect them to cut you if you mess up, because he doesn't have I don't know, a lot of tolerance for foolishness or something like that. There, I don't know what to call it, but he will cut you. So you got to have strong skin or a thick skin or something, and that's what leaders have. They got thick skins. So you're here to learn something, and most importantly, you're here to pass it on. And I'm here to pass it on. The Cajon is here to pass it on. That's what we do. We're just trying to help you. We know you're going to do it the way you do it. All right. So thank you for sharing your time with me. I don't want to be a professional. I don't know why everybody get on YouTube and want to be a professional. So I don't have a professional closing or anything. I'll just say I conclude and I'm out the door. Are there any other questions?
David. Oh, I had a question for him, but he gone off. Con.
David went in for a minute.
Oh
Sometimes
damn! I thought my screen was frozen. So I'm like, damn, everybody
Nah,
quiet. I
it
thought
just
my
got
screen was frozen. I was
nah,
gonna ask David, how did he catch his DUI? That was a good question to ask him. You know, how did he catch his DUI? What happened? He could have really gave us a good story.
come back in the room, David.
Come on back in the room, David. We need to know how and why did you catch that DUI? What was you drinking? What was you thinking? What was you doing? Who was you screwing? What was going on, David? We need to low down.
No, I like David. He mean well. He just got to put that drink down.
Con. Cause he can't handle his.
Well, folks, I guess that concludes this, man. We could bring this to an end. I think that was a while ago when he got that. I think he said he was 52.
No, he said 62.
Oh,
62.
Okay.
All right.
He just got that. He just said he just got it. He said he's 62 years old.
About a year ago. That's what I was helping him with.
Okay.
Hey, Kahan Tag. About a month or so ago, I sent you an email using that private site. Did you see that email? Did you see all the emails?
No, I haven't even been on that site yet. Man.
Please take a look at that, sir, because there's stuff in there. I'm not talking direct because I don't know how secure it is.
Yeah.
I don't trust anything that's in somebody else's hands. I don't really trust it. So if you could read between the lines, I would appreciate that, because I try to give you a piece of my mind in there, but I'm not going to say directly. If we're going to talk directly, we got to see each other face to face.
Yeah. All right.
That's that. So just so you comprehend where I'm coming from and my angle, because there's a lot I want to express, but I can't do it through any means that I have. I don't trust anyone.
Right. Yeah, I kind of figured that. But all right, man, I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down, man. So say shalom. Everyone be safe, man. Shalom.
Shalom.